Covering the world of professional poker.
From the people who know it best.
Gavin Smith.
Yeah, G. Smith finally sucks out. Yeah. Fuck you guys. How about that?
Joe Seabach.
It might be a good idea to turn on the caveman's mic before he gets angry.
And Ollie Najjar.
Why are you setting your alarm to wake up past when the show starts?
PokerRoad Radio. Brought to you by the World Poker Tour.
Good morning, everyone. Ollywood, the Cub, and the Caveman all hanging out outside the Amazon room. As always, it is day 1B of the World Series main event here at the Rio. Guys, have you noticed that it's a lot more electric out here now? Did you notice the difference yesterday?
Do you know that today, though, I got by two, not even one, two security guards.
Nice. That is a feat right there.
I got by two to walk into the radio show to be here on time. Otherwise, they would have made me do the scenic tour through the whole Lifestyle Expo and all that.
I hate that.
Yeah, it bites.
Well, but let us talk about the Lifestyle Expo. Since
that doesn't
yesterday.
bite. Just having to walk that way bites.
Did you get a chance to walk through it yet?
I had to walk through it, but I mean, I was more running. Thanks, Joe. I was more running.
You were more running through it.
Yeah,
so you didn't get a chance because it's not really open yet, is it? It doesn't open until...
No, it's open.
Oh, is it really open?
Yesterday. There were...
No, I mean, like, what time do they open?
No, at noon, I think.
Oh,
yes,
you're
that's
talking
what
about
I
time
mean,
versus...
But I
really
got here a little afternoon yesterday, but there was a lot of pretty girls in there.
Yeah, the talent level has definitely gone up now that the main event is going down. 877-888-WSOP, the live call-in number, PR Radio Chat on AOL Instant Messenger. Get on, call us up, ask us strategy questions, do whatever it is your little heart desires. We're going to do some tourney recap on today's show. We are going to do a little email. I don't know whether or not I'm going to do a voicemail. I'm still thinking about it. I'm traumatized based on the last two voicemails we played on the show, both of which belong to Gavin Smith. Gavin, the viewers out there by now do know about the torch job that you pulled on me.
Yeah, you were a punk bitch.
In the in the horse heads up match. I actually got like sympathy messages from people on MySpace who it wasn't necessarily like anything legitimate, but they're like, "Oh man, Gavin got so lucky, man. He totally sucked out on you, man. Like, yeah, we still believe in you, man." You know,
Did you suck out a lot?
Not a lot. I mean, I will say this. I did get dealt better cards than Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
But I also played the cards that I had well. I mean,
You did.
I bluffed him off the one with the old 9 high, showed it, rubbed his little Persian face in it.
Except for the fact that 9 high was good on that hand, and I'm not lying.
Well, yeah.
The 5-6 queen board, I had 7-8.
Yeah.
So
he bet the river. Old G Smith popped in a little raise.
it was a value raise because it was good.
But yeah, I showed him off. Well, basically, I think what's going to happen is next year, I think we should have the same competition.
Yeah.
But you ought to get my 12-year-old niece to play by proxy for you.
Wow. That is painful. Your words hurt, Gavin Smith. I do want you to know that Joe, you remember what we settled, what the bet was going to be.
Yeah.
What was that?
That you have to try out for the musical, right?
And guess what?
It's already cast.
Yes, the musical is already cast and is opening today.
I will get you on audition.
You know the guy?
I know Helmuth, who knows the guy. Helmuth's one of the biggest investors.
Oh,
you will have your audition.
No.
And we'll block fashion line.
Oh, no.
You will have your audition next week.
For sure.
I want you to know.
The audition is so happening.
Oh, no.
When are you guys doing the
gonna be
Taco
there?
Bell bet?
Oh, yeah, of course we're
You're
going to be
horrible.
What?
Did you hear what Joe just said? When are you guys doing
When are
the
you guys
Taco
doing the
Bell
Taco Bell bet?
This coming from the man who has shied away from the Big Mac bet.
Yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. But you guys should still do the Taco Bell bet.
No, I won't. Not unless the line shifts and I'm drawn live.
The line shifts to what? It was at 45.
It was at 45, and I honestly don't think I can do 45.
So what do you want, 42?
I don't know. I don't know what the right line is. I think I have to go over the menu, which one of our fans was so kind as to send in to us, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Remember, what was
You
the other
can
thing
do
you asked
45.
for? You asked for the squid facts.
Dude. Dr. Vogel taught you how to do 45.
Not
All you have to
Dr.
do
Vogel.
is fall. Yes.
Dr. Vogel taught me how not to
Was that
die
his name, Dr. Vogel?
in trying. Yeah.
Is he related to Vogel,
No.
who works
Yes.
here?
Yes.
It's Daniel's dad. It's Daniel.
He taught you. You just have
didn't
to
know
eat
that.
quickly for 15 minutes and then rest for an hour. He taught you how to do it. You're stupid.
Why don't we do it? Why don't we do
Then
it?
why don't you do it?
Because I'm not an idiot.
Why don't we do it on
See?
Tuesday?
Well,
Let's do it on
I am.
Tuesday.
I am an idiot, but I'm just don't want to talk
Why
about
don't we do it on Tuesday?
Maybe we'll do it on Tuesday, but I do want a better line so I can actually draw live. That way it's exciting. That way I'll actually have like $1.50 of
42.
Taco Bell left.
42.
And I'll be so purple in the face, and you guys will win by 6 quarters.
$42. I say
We already
$42.
lowered it for you. It was supposed to be 53. We lowered it.
Yeah, but the 53, did you see the guy who was doing 53? He was like a much hungrier man than me.
Hungrier, man.
I, however, am not hungry
Skinny
enough
little
to do
fags
53.
like you can eat a lot.
Don't say that word. Come on.
Jeez, that's brutal right there. All right, we're going to do some tourney recap, guys. Main event day 1A is complete. 1,297 total players entered. 636 remain. The chip leader, and this is unofficial. That's not guaranteed. Mark Garner, 194,900. I was under the impression that Brandon Adams was the chip leader. He had around 200,000 in chips. I
'Cause
caught
he
up
came
with
on
him
our
last
show.
night. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
'Cause he
Come
came
on
on
the
our
show,
show.
run good.
Yep.
Here's what
I've been
want.
on the show all damn month.
No. You host the show. You have
No.
to come on the show. That's the problem.
Hosting the show
Can I come
doesn't
on
work.
next year as a guest then?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
We'll let 5-pound baby Jesus host it.
Oh my God, 5 Pound would be a wonderful addition to the crew. I'll tell you that right now. Look at and he waves. He's like the nicest kid ever. I love him, and he's hanging out right here with us. By the way, 5 Pound's friend Jen, the professional mahjong chick.
She's my MySpace friend now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she MySpace friend me, but it was in an unfriendly way because the message that came with the friend request was like, "Yo, bitch, when are we playing mahjong?"
Oh, you got work. Mine was like sweet. She was like, "Hey, Joe, it's Jen
Yeah.
from Tokyo. I love you."
Yeah, no, she wants a piece of my
She loves
bankroll.
Joe. She loves Joe.
She does love Joe.
Everybody- who doesn't
women,
not love Joe?
women like me. Women like me.
You're a heterosexual man. Here you roar.
Exactly.
Brandon apparently was second in chips, 176,450. Other notables near the top at the end of day 1A action: Keto Fam, Mark Vos, and Chino Ream. Chino making waves again.
Yeah.
Now, there's a look on your face, Joe, when I say Chino Ream. What is this look about?
No. I just, I don't know. I think as a poker player, it highlights when you do poorly when your friends are doing well more. And so you're happy for them, of course, but it also points out that you suck. So I'm just dejected in general.
I suck worse than you, Joe.
Yeah, but it's like the difference between a mentally handicapped person and like a dead person.
The
So it's
notable,
not a good situation.
The notable eliminations: Tom Dwan, David Pham, Freddie Deeb, and a couple of other guys who I was very sad to learn did not make it to day 2 as the 08 What's Up jinx almost continues for Joe and Gav. Who wants to go first? What happened yesterday?
It sucked badly. My first table I drew was basically a dream table. I mean, where I went up to like 30 without ever having any altercations whatsoever. It was like the easiest chip up ever. Mm-hmm. Then the bastards broke my table, even though I asked them not to. And I went to this other table, which was a little bit tougher, but not that bad. Except for there's this guy, I think his name's Julian Studley or something like that. This older guy who generally is tight as can be.
Julian Studley.
I think.
That sounds like a porn star.
Yeah, no. But anyways, all of a sudden, unless I got the guy wrong, it was a different guy. All of a sudden, this guy was like a freaking maniac.
Yeah.
Just jamming chips like you couldn't believe. And but he was neither here nor there. I had one big pot where the board came 7 high, and I had pocket 8s, and I basically called the guy down. The river was a 9, and he had 9-7 to make 2 pair.
Ouch.
Yeah, that one.
That sucks.
Pocket 8.
Yeah, the pocket 8s let me down on that one, which is unbelievable.
They always let you
Generally,
down.
the 8s
Trust
don't
me.
let me down. That was it. Then my last hand, guy limps in it's a small blind versus big blind. The guy just completes, and the blind's at 153. I make it. I raise 700 with ace king of clubs, and he calls 700, and the flop comes down 10 jack 7 with 2 clubs. And I have ace king of clubs. He checks, and I fire in my last 2,075, and he thinks for a second, and he calls with the old red 7-5. So his bottom pair versus my 2 over straight draw and flush draw. Then the board pairs on the turn just to give me a few more outs.
Man.
And then I got the little deuce of hearts on the river, and old G went home.
That's
Ouch.
discouraging. I'm not going to lie.
But hey, the good news is, What's Up 08 is done.
I don't know if that's
true.
good news.
No, that's fucking great news.
It's good news
Are
for
you
G.
kidding me?
For sure.
That means
means
I
the
don't
pain-
have to lose every single day. I can just not lose every day.
Are you playing? And I'm going to ask you an honest question here. After getting that much discouragement throughout the series, were you playing better on day 1 before getting all these beatdowns than you are at the last event?
I wasn't. Because of other things going on, I don't believe my head was entirely here for this entire World Series. And for the first probably 2 weeks, I don't think I was playing particularly well. I really feel like I played well for the last couple of weeks, and just things didn't go my way. So I actually feel pretty good about heading into the Bellagio Cup.
That's right, Bellagio Cup right around the
so
corner.
So optimistic. I love it.
Siebes, your turn.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty dejected. I'm embarrassed for us as a radio show. Who are we? I mean, it's ugly.
I don't think that our poker makes our radio show worse, though.
Well, it does. I mean,
maybe our radio show makes our poker worse.
Yeah, that's probably true.
No, that's definitely not true, because everybody comes on the show and makes final tables.
Yeah, well, that's because they do it once. We do it every day. Anyways, I came in, I picked up a bunch of big hands early. Well, it's funny. The very, very, very first hand, I was in the big blind, and older guy limps from the small blind. I have 5-6, so I knuckle it, and the flop comes 3-5-6. He checks, I bet. Same thing on the turn. He checks, I bet. But of course, the turn is a 10 and the river is a 10, and he ended up playing pocket jacks. So he made a bigger two pair than me. But immediately I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, here we go again. All right, just because of how the World Series has gone. And so I'm a little bit upset with myself, because it's like I've said it before in poker so many times. These little things affect so much how the rest of your hands go and the rest of your days go, and it's so subtle, and you don't always even realize.
Yeah.
Your mindset and how it's affecting things. But after that, I picked up a bunch of big hands early. I flopped a set of queens. I picked up aces twice, kings twice.
Not a big success rate there.
No, and I always either, I bet the set of queens, and the guy folded, and the aces I had to fold on the flop. And so it was all these situations where I was either, winning inconsequential pots, like the blinds maybe won, bring in when somebody had to call my raise before the flop, or I was losing those pots. So, I wasn't able to get too much going with those. And then after that, it just really, they just re-raised the living shit out of me. I don't know if, these guys at this table, read up on me, and that was the book, just re-raised Seabach as much as possible.
You know what it is? They're sitting there, and they're listening to PokerRoad Radio on the podcast, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, Siebes is running like crap. They're like, let me just run him over real quick.
But it was amazing. I almost felt like I had a tell, because anytime I had aces or kings or a big hand, it was just fold. Or it was just call the raise and fold on the flop. But anytime I had another hand, 7-10 of hearts or anything like that, boom, raise, boom. I did get lucky once when MIG.com, James Mackey.
I read this hand.
Yeah, I busted him because I flopped a flush draw when he flopped top set, so I got lucky there. But he didn't have a lot of chips, so it didn't affect my stack too much. But it was nice to not have him on my left, because that was kind of a bit of a bad beat when I first sat down, that he was there, to have a pretty good, online player and pretty aggressive right directly to my spot on my left. But that was it, man. And then I just kind of didn't ever have hands, and just had a bunch of tough spots. I'd flop, top two, somebody would flop bottom set, just a lot of stuff like that, where I'd flop top pair, and the other guy, would make a flush.
It's funny though, when you're not running so well too, it always seems like even on your good hands, they just don't go that well.
Right.
Like I had a hand yesterday where a guy raised, and I called him with 10-9 of spades, and the blind called. The flop came down, king jack 8. We checked it round. Turns to 7.
Right.
I lead out. A dude min raises me. I pop him back a little bit, and the fucker folds a set.
Right. It's just.
It's like, what are you talking?
It's so sick. Yeah, it's hard to believe. It's unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Walters in the house,
along with one Lane Flack, both of
him?
whom look like they've had a good night's sleep. That's a rare occurrence here in Las Vegas. Looks like the phone line is ringing over here. Remember, 877-888-WSOP, the number if you want to get a hold of us. Let's get that caller situated. We'll kick it to a quick break and be right back with more PokerRoad Radio. Welcome back for more PokerRoad Radio. Hollywood, the Cub, and the Caveman all chilling out here at the Rio as always. Now, guys, I don't know if you've had a chance to take a look at this hoodie that I'm wearing. You remember we were up at the River Rock in Canada, hanging out in Vancouver. Gavin took the road trip. I got a chance to meet some of Brad Booth's business partners who do the custom-made clothing.
Right.
Poker clothing.
I have one of those, too.
Do you really? And it's a special, like, G. Smith, edition? Yeah, these guys make some really cool stuff. Their website is Big Slick Custom Made, or BigSlickCustom.ca. BigSlickCustom.ca. And Brian, who works with the company, had been in touch with me over email, and he dropped by yesterday and had this Hollywood hoodie. He had made it for me, and it's got like a little Hollywood thing in the back here, and it's a real good-looking piece of equipment. So now Gavin's got one, I've got one. Joe, I'm going to ask him to make. Do we want 7th Bach? What?
I don't care.
What do you want?
Whatever.
Don't sound so excited all at once.
Doesn't matter.
We'll get a 7th Bach thing made. Another thing that happened, I was walking around the Gaming Life Expo, or the GLE as it's called, the one we were talking about, where all the talent is at, Gavin, right?
There's a lot of beautiful women. There's beautiful women like walking by our radio show all the time too. I see one now.
Yeah, that's it. It is remarkable. And anyhow, a guy who works for a company called DealerDB.com, or I'm sorry, DBDealer.com, handed me this little like box that contained an electronic dealer button that has a timer.
That's a great idea, by the way. That like. Honestly, that button with the clock in it is such a good idea for home tournaments and shit.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that's brilliant.
And that's why I told him, listen, if you hand us one, I'll talk about it on the show tomorrow. And, he handed me one right away and was like, really appreciated, real nice guy. And, we've done this before. We had that guy with the shuffle up cards or whatever that we talked about. So, we're more than happy to help people out.
You didn't like this?
I didn't like the cards.
Really?
They're cool.
No.
All right. We got a caller over here, Graham from California. You're on with PokerRoad Radio. What's up?
Joe, I know your World Series is kind of disappointing for you, but to look on the bright side, I think your company has turned into a huge success, and I know I appreciate a lot the content you guys have on your site, and it sure makes things a lot more entertaining for me.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's coming along, We're just trying to create something that is a little bit different, than everything else that's out there, and that kind of gives the professionals' take on the poker world, which is kind of hard to find sometimes.
And sometimes the unprofessional take on the poker world as well.
Right.
Like Taco Bell eating and,
right.
Actually, we recorded Gavin and I's heads up match. And I think Shrunk is going to be editing it tonight, and we're going to get it up. I don't know what section of the site it'll be in. I assume Blockfessionals?
Well,
we'll
we don't want to spoil the suspense for people, so we're not going to tell you who won the match.
Yeah.
You're going to have to watch to see who won the heads-up match between Ollie and I.
Sure. At least one of us picked Gavin Smith to win this damn thing.
But I just want to, say thanks, Graham. I appreciate it, man. It definitely makes it worth it, when you hear the fans call in or somebody hollers at you, when we're walking through the hallways here. So we will keep it coming for you, my man.
Guys, everyone out there listening right now to the live stream, as you should be, on PokerRoad.com or WorldSeriesOfPoker.com, I need you today. And the reason that I need you is because my two closest friends in the whole wide world are discouraged. They're upset. They had a rough day yesterday, and we need you guys to help them out. We need you to cheer them up. We need you to call in. Let's have some fun. 877-888-WSOP. And speaking of fun, I always like to reward the non-friends and family members, of course, as I see some of our fellow employees hanging out over here trying to disguise themselves and pick up Poker Road T-shirts, that they are not eligible. Let me remind them of this. But this is the point where I like to reward the people who are kicking it, listening to the show this morning. We're going to play a little bit of trivia. You guys down for that? Play some trivia. We'll give away some T-shirts. Who's game? All right, cool. I like it. Our guest today, David Singer. The trivia is revolving around him. You guys know who David Singer is? Yes? Okay.
I think Glo does, yeah.
He's the guy that looks like he's got eyeliner on, but really he doesn't.
I think he does.
We're going to ask him. What occupation did David Singer hold before turning to poker for income?
I know.
What occupation? All right, we got a hand in the air. Hold on. Guy, what is your name and where are you from?
Michael, and I'm from Austin, Texas.
All right, Michael from Austin, Texas. You must be a hook 'em horns kind of guy.
I am. Hook 'em horns, man.
All right, what did David used to do?
I believe it's a lawyer, and I think it's environmental lawyer, if I'm correct.
Wow, that is double correct.
Yeah, he nailed that.
He is going to get himself an extra point. 5 pound. Why don't you come back
really,
over here?
If a guy tells you he's from Austin, Texas, you really don't expect him to be that smart. So that was
ouch.
So that was particularly good that he got that.
That's not true. Austin is that's where University of Texas is.
Yeah. So if a guy tells you he's from Austin, Texas, you don't really expect him to be that smart.
Now,
but
Joe,
he nailed that one.
Joe, it was surprising that you came to the defense of someone from Austin, Texas, because you should know that Joe and I are still scarred and damaged from the ousting from the BCS that Mac Brown performed on the Cal Bears. It was one of the roughest days of my life.
I thought I was going to cry.
And then it was bad because we went to the freaking Pac-10 Consolation Bowl, a.k.a. the Holiday Bowl. Yeah. We got destroyed by Texas Tech, while Texas went on to beat Michigan in the Rose Bowl.
So the whole state just basically walked all over you guys.
Yeah, it wasn't really fun at all.
That's funny.
The only way to salvage my emotional state right now is to send it to Poker News. We got some? Oh, well, we do have poker news, but Schronk is away from the captain's chair right now, and he's going to go ahead and take his time heading back to the controls.
That was my fault. I called him over here.
You called him over? All right. Seabach assumes responsibility.
Bringing you the biggest stories.
It's my fault.
Or, well, whatever we could find 10 minutes before the show. Poker News!
This show's a fucking dumpster fire.
It really is. The funniest thing was the minute you did that, looking at the reaction on Schronk's face, I was like, oh, God, now I'm going to get in shit for something that wasn't even my fault. and you are, Schronk, getting it.
But I took responsibility, so it's okay.
All right, here we go. This is what's going on in Poker News. Harrah's and ESPN have announced a WSOP Europe deal. A WSOP Europe deal. Now, this is going to be big for one Philip Horatio Rasmussen Ivy because, of course, he's got the bracelet bet going, and the main event is the only remaining bracelet event here at the World Series. The event is going to stay in London, main event, increase the bracelet number of bracelet events to 5. So that gives Ivy one additional shot at winning this prop bet. They added a preliminary event and non-bracelet tournament events as well. Here are the 4 bracelet events. A 1,500-pound no-limit hold'em.
1,500 pound?
Yeah, it's like 3,000.
It's like 15-pound baby Jesus.
That's 15-pound baby Jesus. 1,500-pound no-limit hold'em. And then we're going to have a 2,500-pound horse and a 5,000-pound PLO. They love PLO out there. Event number 4, 10,000-pound World Championship no-limit hold'em. That's pretty much a 20K buy-in. That's like the WPT Championship of Europe, essentially. Now, guys, are you planning on making the trip across the pond?
Right now, my intention is to go, but my intention was to go last year too, and I didn't. So that I could easily not go.
All right, that was informative.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, it's just so damn far and expensive, and you can do other stuff here. Like, they've got like Aruba and the Borgata and the stuff that's kind of close. That I don't know.
Now I got to ask you guys: if the WPT decides that they're not going to film the next season.
That won't happen.
And somehow we weren't traveling with them.
No,
let's just, hypothetically, let's say we weren't traveling with the WPT. Joe, what will we be doing? Will we follow WSOP circuit events?
I don't think so, because I don't think that enough professional players play those to warrant us going. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to go there and cover an event that, there's 3 professionals playing. There's no point in that.
Right.
Especially if we're 2 of them.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. But the fact of the matter is the WPT will be filming their season. Whether they go to there's a million different possibilities that they could go to. But I am so positive that they're going to be still filming and still running as usual. They'll just be looking for a new home. That's all.
All right, we've got another caller, and it is from north of the border. Michael from Canada. You're on with PokerRoad Radio.
Hi, Gavin. I just wanted to wish you luck.
Where in Canada are you from, Michael? Stop. Where are you from?
Sudbury.
Oh, on a Sudbury Saturday night.
Yeah, me and Tom, Stomp and Tom.
Boy. So what's going on? What's on your mind, Mike?
I just wanted to wish Gavin good luck and cheer him up. He's a big hero to a lot of poker fans in Canada. I love his... It looks like he doesn't give a crap at most tournaments. I like it doesn't look like he's taking it seriously, even if he does. And, he really inspires a lot of the poker players.
I love that about Canadians. It inspires us to have a guy who doesn't give a shit about anything.
There is a certain charming irreverence that Gavin Smith does embody. That is for sure.
Thank you,
Mongolian
Michael.
beef?
Now, Michael, do you have anything for my man Joe, though? Can you cheer Joe up? Because I think Joe needs it almost more than Gavin at this point.
Well, Joe's been to a final table, right, at the World Series of Poker?
Yeah, I made a couple.
Not this year.
2005?
It was like 20,000 years ago. Yeah.
20,000 years ago. Do you know how many millions and millions of poker players have never done that?
That is true. That is true.
Look, he's a good man, that Michael.
That is true.
I mean, the great poker players, they all get the bad beats, but you manage to keep going, and you're going to get knocked out in first days of tournaments, but the cream rises to the top. Eventually, you're going to get there again, and eventually your skills are going to win out.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Michael, thank you so much for calling in. Anybody else who wants to get on and try to cheer up my two co-hosts today, feel free. 877-888-WSOP. We got some email that should cheer you guys up. This is from Daniel Quinn out in Australia, who essentially, and you know that typically I wouldn't dip into the email inbox to do this, but I feel like today I should. He just wanted to congratulate us on our 100th episode as a team. It's been a great ride. He says that it took him a while to warm up to me, but he got used to me, and everything has been fantastic. Ever since then, the rapport between the three of us, he says, even when Cord is here, it seems natural and is probably the biggest reason why the show is successful. Well done, all. That is from Daniel Quinn.
I didn't realize that we had hit our 100th episode already.
I know. It doesn't feel that way.
That was
does
so
it?
Fast.
I know. It crept up on us.
When did you first come on? What was your first stop?
February
LAPC,
24th, day before my 30th birthday, out at the Commerce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, LAPC. Wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
And we were all kind of I don't know. I was a little bit in the funk. I shouldn't say we were all in the funk. I think Shrunk was going through something at that time too. So we've all had our fair share. But at the end of the day, I will say that no matter what, waking up, coming over here, hanging out, and doing the show, getting callers like this guy, reading emails like the one we got from Daniel, make it all worthwhile. Seriously, because it is a lot of work that we put into this show. And we're glad that everybody seems to be loving it. You guys love what we do. Do you guys love Poker Road Radio? Seriously? Because honestly, it's a lot of work. It's a lot. Shrunk apparently really loves Poker Road Radio. I feel like that might have been a job security play after what took place a little bit earlier.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
All right, 877-888-WSOP, or if you're online, PR Radio Chat. We'll get you in on our chat room. And let's take a quick break. We're going to come back. Hopefully David Singer will be in the building. And, wow.
Seabach.
Let us just all jump off a building now with this pump out song.
song.
We'll try to be right back with David Singer. If not, we'll figure it out. Be right back with more Poker Road Radio.
Tell me your blue skies fade to gray. Tell me your passion's gone away. And I don't need no care.
Welcome back for more Poker Road Radio. Now, David Singer is our guest today on today's show, and I'm holding out hope that he is going to arrive. I think that the eyeliner application is taking inordinately long this morning. But he did send me a text last night late at around 1:30 in the morning, letting me know that he will be here. So I am holding out faith as 5-pound baby Jesus continues to phone him and find out what is going on. So, in lieu of David Singer, and in recognition of the fact that you guys could both use it, I've decided that we can play a second edition in the same week of Not So Family Feud.
I love that one.
Not So Family Feud sound good? All right, let's do it then. Shall we, Shrunk? Shrunk? Can we play Not So Family Feud or can we not? We can't play Not So Family Feud. I can't play the game without the music, Shrunk. Come on now. Why don't you at least play the little thing that says this show's a dumpster fire and have it refer to your own performance instead of anyone else's?
Play the damn game.
I can't play the damn game without the music. I'll tell you that right now. It really, it's a little brutal. It's a little painful.
Let's just say brutal for the next 20 minutes.
We'll keep saying brutal until Shrunk plays the Family Feud
brutal.
music.
Gavin.
What is the line on Shrunk finding my Family Feud music?
This is brutal.
You know what?
Ollie,
Now,
this is brutal.
it's a little bit brutal. I'm not going to lie. I mean,
brutal.
Singer's supposed to be here. Singer doesn't show up.
Brutal.
But Singer, I'm still holding out hope, like I said, that Singer will come. And I can't even get my music, which is the thing that makes me happy about playing Not So Family Feud.
I'm done.
No.
I'm done with it all.
You're done?
The show.
That's it.
Life.
It's over.
The site.
Everything.
I'm working at
We're
Target.
shutting it down.
I'm working at Target now. I'm not playing poker
now,
anymore.
Target Greatland or regular Target?
I think I'm going to go work at the Target in El Cerrito that I used to live behind.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Back in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
If you're gonna,
there we go.
No. If you're gonna go work at one of those type of stores, I think you should go work at Home Depot because you get like a really cool
The Target has everything.
But you get a nicer outfit and you get to wear like a tool belt if you work at Home Depot.
You get to wear a tool
Ooh.
belt.
Yeah, but that thing probably gets heavy after a long shift. All right. It's time to play a little Not So Family Feud. Gentlemen, you know how the game operates. Hands on buzzers, please. I asked. Well, I didn't ask, but 5-pound baby Jesus and Shrunk asked. Several people, random ones.
Yeah.
All around the Rio. The following 5 questions. Oh, no. Today was the media edition. That's right. We polled media members.
That helps.
More interesting.
Media
More
members.
interesting.
Okay, let's go. Come on, question.
The following 5 questions. Number 1. Who would you most like to see win the main event? Gavin.
Daniel Negreanu.
No.
Daniel Negreanu is number 3. 3 points for that. Joseph.
Why would media want all those? That's ridiculous.
Oh, shit. They probably want me.
Yeah.
Or Seabach.
I like that. No, probably you. I'm going to go with Gavin Smith.
Gavin Smith is not
Yeah,
on the board.
I tricked Joe. Yes. That was so sweet.
You
That was a
should've been.
nice slow roll.
All right, Gavin, you have a free roll now.
A free roll. Ivy.
Phil Ivey, number 1 question, number 1 response on the board. 4 points. You are now up 7-0 after 1 question.
That was really shrewd. I just used strategy today.
That was a misdirection at its finest right there. All right, number 2 question. Even though media is supposed to be impartial, what player do you secretly root against? Gavin.
Men the Master.
Men the Master is not on the board. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. He tied for 5th place at 1 point. Men the Master win. Joseph.
Helmuth.
Phil Hellmuth, number 2 answer on the board, worth 3 points. You are now on the board. Gavin?
Sami Farha.
No.
Sami
media
Farha
doesn't
not
dislike him.
on the board. Joe, you're free rolling.
I'm going to go down a limb. I'm going to say Greg Raymer.
No way.
Greg Raymer
No.
not on the board, and a surprising response.
I don't know.
dumb.
Who else was on there?
Secretly rooting against Greg Raymer.
Who else was on there?
Why, you don't like his socks?
Other answers on the board. Oddly enough, our interview guest today, David Singer,
Really?
number 1.
Really?
5 points against him. You know why? This is my
Because
hypothesis.
he's a rule monger.
Because he doesn't show up?
Because he prolonged the event by saying, I want to break here, or I'm going to force dinner now.
Yeah,
and
he
so,
can be
as a
tough.
member of the media, you have to stay until the event is over, and he does not help it get over quickly.
Yeah, he
That
can be
is
tough.
for sure.
He can be tough.
Phil Hellmuth was the second answer on the board. Umberto Brenes,
Yeah, I
number
can
3.
understand.
Shock.
And this was a shocker for me because obviously it means some people have not updated their impression of him. Havad Khan, number 4.
Well, it's not only. It's not. I do like Havad now, but he's earned.
I root against Al Smooth.
He's earned the right for people to root against him for quite a while based on how he acted last year.
It's tough to shake those impressions. All right, 8-3, Gavin. You're in the lead heading into the third question. Which player is the most friendly with the media? Gavin.
Me.
You are not on the board. No, you are. You got 1 answer. You got 1 answer, 1 point.
I've been
for
in a
you.
bad mood this time. Thank
All
you,
right.
Shrunk.
You're in 5th. Joseph.
The most friendly with the media. The truth is, it's probably me, but I'm not going to say my name.
I'm friendly.
I don't know. Barry Greenstein?
Barry Greenstein, number 3 on the board. 2 points for you.
Nice.
Gavin, back over to you.
Lindgren.
Eric Lindgren, not on the board.
Not on the list.
Not on the board. You're free rolling, Joe.
Joe Hashem?
Joe Hashem, not on the board.
No.
Guys.
Wow. King of bad answers.
You know what? If Joe was in a better mood, perhaps he would have mustered up the self-esteem necessary to respond with himself. Number 2 answer on the board, Joe Seabach, worth 5 points.
There you go.
Number 1 answer on the board, Daniel Negreanu, 7 responses.
Oh,
Bill
yeah.
Edler
What are we
also on the board.
thinking?
You know what? That is dog shit. I'm way friendlier than all those people to the media. Screw you, media.
That's not true. I'm with the media 24 hours a day almost.
I am no longer going to be friendly to the media.
How do we not say Daniel? That was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
How did you not say yourself and then you teased saying yourself?
I know.
That was the most painful
Because
part.
you're right. My self-esteem is gone.
It is a little bit down.
All right, next question. Let's go.
If
Come
we
on.
had Family Feud music, I bet you his self-esteem would be up. Yes, there it is.
I'm a trash bag, so I can't be excited.
Come on, last question.
All right.
I'm winning.
No,
I'm
no,
winning.
2
I'm
more
winning.
questions
I'm winning.
remaining. This is not the last
Okay,
question.
I'm winning though.
All right. Which player
I got it.
is the biggest media whore? Oh, Gavin, you're in first.
Oh, who's the guy I always tell me is a media whore too? Oh, Brad Booth.
Not even on
Brad
the list.
Booth, not even on the list, my friend.
But he is the biggest media whore.
You're a knucklehead. Number 1's obviously either Phil Hellmuth or Daniel. I'll go with Phil. Phil Hellmuth.
Phil Hellmuth is correct for 10 points. Joe, up to a 15-9 lead now.
Ooh.
But they were wrong because Brad Booth is the biggest media whore.
Go, buddy. You
All right.
Oh,
Well,
he already
you
missed
can
one.
take that
I'm
out.
on a free roll now,
Yes,
right?
you're free rolling.
Oh,
Joe.
I'm going to go Daniel then.
And you're up 15. Daniel, 1 point for Daniel.
Really? Who
Only
else is
1
on that
point.
list?
Only 1 point. Other players on the list. Second place, Umberto Brenes. And then several players tied at 1 response. Negreanu, Mattisau, Lacey Jones, Cloney Gowan, Shannon Elizabeth,
Have fun.
Hollywood Dave, you,
Yeah.
and feel locked.
I am kind of a media whore.
But your whoredom is not the same type of whoredom. It's not the type
It's not
that you
based
get
in
from
vanity.
Phil Hellmuth.
It's not based in vanity.
Exactly. It's not egomaniacal. All right. Last question. Gavin, you just slipped into second place now, and you know there's only 2 people playing the game.
I'll win now.
All right. You're down quite a bit. Last question. And if you sweep this, Gav, you can win.
I get it.
I'll get it.
What is your favorite stop on the poker tour? Joe.
Bellagio.
Number 2 response worth 3 points, Bellagio. You're down by 10 now, Gav.
Wow.
You just got brutalized.
No, that's not the number 1 answer.
They like to bowl. I'm going to go Reno.
Ooh, that is
Reno
a good one. That is a good one.
a 1-point response.
Ooh, that's
luckily,
not good enough.
Luckily. This was 25 members of the media that we polled here.
Man, what could be on that list? There aren't that many great stops. Because I don't think everyone goes to all the stops. I want to say Aruba. I'm going to say Aruba. I don't think it might not be on the list, but I'm going to say Aruba.
Aruba not on the list.
Yeah.
Now, Gavin, that is the opening that you needed. If you can sweep the rest of the answers, you will emerge victorious.
Borgata.
Borgata, 1-point response on the board. You've got 11.
Gonna take more than that.
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls not
Sorry, buddy.
on the board. Joseph, you emerge victorious in this impromptu edition.
Wait, what was number 1? What
of
was
Not
number
So
1?
Family Feud. Number 1 answer, Bahamas.
Oh, God.
Bahamas.
The Bahamas was trash bags. Are you kidding me?
Number 3 response on the board, the WSOP. Number 4
Really?
response, Caesars, Indiana. 2 people responded with Caesars, Indiana. Number 5 on the board, Barcelona.
How the hell could Caesars,
Yeah,
Indiana,
that's pretty
I have no
unbelievable.
anyone's favorite stop?
I have no idea.
Oh, I want to go out and be on a little barge in the middle of nowhere where there's nothing to do.
Right.
Maybe you guys out there are underestimating Caesars, Indiana. I don't know. Are we going to go?
I don't think
ever
it can
to-
be underestimated.
Can we go to
You know?
Can we go to Iowa? Can we go to the World Series of
Council
Poker
Bluffs?
Circuit, Iowa, and Council Bluffs?
Bluffs,
That's what I
Iowa.
wanted. I just let's all pack up. We have to rent a really shitty car,
Let's do it.
and then the 3 of us and
Let's
all
do
the
it.
equipment. We all drive.
Let's do it.
No joke.
I'm in.
Wow.
Let's
I
do it.
like that. I thought
Let's go
perhaps
today.
you'd be too
Let's go after the show.
Can we take a vacation to Council Bluffs, Iowa? Somebody from Council Bluffs, Iowa, call us. That's what I want. 877-888-WSOP.
That'd
I'm
be
digging
cool. Get the mayor from Council Bluffs, Iowa, to call us.
The mayor.
I bet you we could.
That's amazing.
I bet you his number is listed.
If the mayor from Council Bluffs, Iowa, calls us now, Joe and I will come to your tournament whenever the next time is there.
Ooh.
How come you're bartering with my life?
I don't know. It's fun.
It's unfair, but it is fun. I'm not going to lie to you. Also fun is going through the email inbox. And there's a legitimate question coming from a guy named Willie. This question has been out there for quite some time. I'm sorry it took me a while to get to it. He wanted to thank us for all the work that we're doing and yada yada. But he wanted to know why it is that neither the $50,000 horse nor the main event count toward Player of the Year points. Is this correct even?
It's not correct.
It's not correct.
It's not correct.
It was originally that way.
Right.
Then they changed and made the 50,000 horse. Originally, they didn't count because they were going to have another award called the Champions Award, which was the 50K horse, the main event, and I believe the heads up, but I'm not sure. There was one other event.
Right.
And I think it was the heads up. They got rid of that event this year, that sort of secondary prize this year.
Right.
And they weren't going to include the 50K horse, I think mostly because just it really wasn't an open event. Because there's so many people that just can't afford to play it.
I think that's ridiculous, though. It is an open event.
Agreed, and obviously they do because when they discussed it, they turned out made it count.
Right.
Which is actually fair because even though it perhaps isn't an open event that not everyone can afford to play, the people that play it miss like 4 or 5 other events to play that tournament. So
That's true. That's true.
You know, to not have it count really hurts them because not only does it not count, they miss all those other events.
Yeah, agreed.
So it does count, and that's the whole reason why this year's Player of the Year was Eric Wingram because he came third in that tournament. Otherwise, he would not be. Otherwise, it would be
Right.
Jacobo Fernandez, I think.
Does yes, you're correct because Bear also was
Right.
up there. Because does Eric get anything, or is it just prestige? You get to be.
As far as I know, I think it's worth about $50K. That's
Oh, really?
That's what he was telling me yesterday.
Really?
Being Player of the Year?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Wow.
I didn't either.
That's pretty
Now,
cool.
honestly, what I mean, does anyone ever want to be player of the year just because they're like, I need to be player of the year?
Yeah.
I mean, is there that much like ego in your experience?
I think everybody wants to be player of the year.
Really?
Everybody. Absolutely.
I mean, who's left out there that just comes in and is like, I just want to make a lot of money during this series. I don't care about anything else.
No, I mean...
Joe's got his hand
But
up.
you have to understand, though, that if you're player of the year, you made a lot of money.
Yeah, it's all intrinsically tied together.
So it's not like
it means
it's not like you're foregoing one to get the other.
Right.
I think it's huge. I mean, of my poker accomplishments, the thing I'm most proud of was being player of the year in season 4.
WPT.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you had the opportunity to win $100,000. Okay, just hypothetically, I'm throwing numbers out there. Not be player of the year, or you win $50,000 and you are player of the year.
Most likely, I'll take the $100K, unless, of course, being player of the year means I could get some ancillary benefits that might make up the money.
Endorsements,
right?
Sluts.
That's the overlay, isn't it? Here at the World Series,
certainly doesn't hurt.
All right, speaking of overlays and odds and things like that, apparently, Bodog had some lines on poker couples during the World Series of Poker, and they will set lines on virtually anything. But they set lines on poker couples, and here are some of the ones that were listed. You guys tell me who you think is the favorite. I'm going to read off the list.
What's the question?
You guys tell me who you think is the favorite. Poker couples.
To break up or to favorite?
No. To do well, to cash the most collectively in the World Series. Now, these were the lines at the outset.
Oh, there was one that was very funny.
There was one that was very funny, and we'll get to it.
How did they become a couple?
Yeah, exactly. Well, just poker tandems, duos, whatever you want to call it. But the last two are ridiculous. But anyway, you guys tell me who you think was the favorite. Doyle and Todd Brunson. Marco Traniello and Jennifer Harmon, Barry Greenstein and Joe Seabach, Annie Duke and Howard Lederer, Jeff and Barry Shulman, Phil Locke and Jennifer Tilley, David and Shirley Williams, that would be his mom.
Right.
Brian and Heather Wells. You guys know Brian and Heather Wells?
Nope. No.
See, I don't know them either. That's why I was surprised they were on the board.
So they're probably not going to be the favorites.
Chad Brown, actually, I think they're the biggest dogs. Chad Brown and Vanessa Russo. And last, but by no means least, Patrick Antonius and Kathy Liebert.
I think we know who the favorites are.
To be honest with you, I would take Antonius and Liebert.
Yeah. I think they were the favorites, and Barry and I were second, yeah?
Oh, you already knew. Yes, that is actually true. Barry and Joe came in at 9-2, 4.5-1, and Patrick and Kathy came in at 4-1. Who else would be a favorite in that lineup, though?
Doyle and Todd. Doyle and Todd would be pretty good, I think.
Todd has never really done much in No Limit, though. He's much more of a limit player.
Really?
Yep, I think so.
Todd's got bracelets, no?
Not in No Limit.
Oh, only in the limit event.
He has one bracelet in an Omaha event. But I don't think, I'm not dogging him. I'm saying, some people I think are better at limit and some people I think are better at no limit. I think Todd is an amazing limit player at all the games across the board. I just think the no limit isn't so much his forte.
And so the reason that you take them out of contention to
but
be
they have Doyle, and the whole reason why you guys came second is because
Right.
you guys got Bally Greenstein.
Well, yeah, of course.
Way to needle a guy while he's down. That's a little bit brutal. I'm going to give Joe a chance to recover. I know that he's probably suffering from that last verbal attack that you just made on him. And maybe I can call David Singer and we can get him on the air and try to get an explanation as to why it is that he decided not coming in this morning would be advisable.
We love it when
for
people
him.
no-show.
That's not cool. All right, we'll be right back with a little more Poker Road Radio. Stay with us. Welcome back to Poker No Show Radio, where we have been unable, as of yet, in our efforts to get rid, or get in touch with. We got rid of him, all right.
Oh, we're going to get rid of him now.
With Admiral Eyeliner, David Singer.
You know the funny thing is like we were going to have him on at the beginning of the World Series.
Yeah.
And then
when he won his bracelet.
But I guess something came up where we had another guest, and we ended up telling David that we couldn't have him on the day we wanted him. And he made a point of coming up and saying how upset he was that he got bumped. But then he was happy because he made day 2 that day. He goes, well, at least I made day 2 and I don't want to have to get up.
Right.
But he was really, really upset that he felt we dissed him.
Yeah.
And
now he's dissed us. You think he's being vindictive?
Well, and this is the thing, too. We have a 2 no-show rule. Once you no-show Poker Road Radio twice, you're never on the show ever again. Ever.
Has anyone ever no-showed
never.
twice?
It's never happened twice.
Well, Singer's out.
Well, he's not. This is his first no-show. What do you mean?
I don't care. I'm counting this too.
Howard could have had his second, but he stepped up. He came.
And Nanad as well.
Nanad as well.
I'm
but
going on
came.
record as saying, if you guys have Singer back on the show, I will not do that show.
All right. Fair enough.
Wow. Look at you boycotting. What do you got against David Singer?
He no-showed us.
That's it?
Yeah.
Up until then, nothing.
Up until then, well, I don't like the way he's a rule monger.
He is a rule monger.
You know what? If he's such a rule monger, he should know that the rule is you text me last night
that you
at
come
1:30
to the show when you are scheduled. That is a rule.
I'll tell you that.
Right?
That's a good rule, too. That's a damn good rule.
That's a rule.
It is a damn good rule. Speaking of damn good things, last night, the Bodog party out at the Palms, I finally got a chance to go to that hard court suite, the one with the basketball court in it.
Why did I not know about this party?
I don't know. I just assume everybody knows about all the parties.
I need to be texted to know about parties.
Okay, I understand. Well, what did you end up doing last night anyway?
I sulked, and then I went out with E-Dog, because he made me. And then I went to my favorite local bar and played trivia and pool.
What bar is that?
Porch Light.
Porch Light? Nearby?
It's my new favorite. It overtook Brewski's.
Nearby your house or what?
Yeah, it's like 2 blocks from my house.
It was a really good time at the Bodog party last night. Actually, I don't know why, but I decided I would get Charles Barkley's cell phone number. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it now. But I want to be in his Fave 5. I really
no shot.
I got no shot?
No.
What's the line on me getting into Barkley's Fave 5? He wants to play on Poker After Dark.
20-1 against.
Wow. I think that's...
You think it's only 20-1?
Yeah, I think it should be a lot bigger than that.
Okay.
It's like hundreds to 1.
That's brutal. That's brutal. He likes me.
We're saying that you're going to
friends.
become one of his top 5 people in his life. That's what we're saying right now.
No. Like,
Two opinions, one argument. Joe versus Gavin.
That doesn't make any
Toss
sense.
up.
That's ridiculous.
It was a good time, though. We went out
you're a
there.
good kid, and I like you, but you're not going to be like...
I want to be in Barkley's Fave 5. That's my new goal in life.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That's
I'm going to
painful.
say I don't think that's going to happen.
What did you do last night, Joe?
I didn't do shit.
Nothing?
I played until, I don't know, 9, 10, something like that.
You were too dejected, too discouraged.
And then I sat on my bed.
Oh, that's painful.
Well, did you sit on your bed or did you lie on your bed?
I lied on my bed. Sometimes I sat. When I sat up for a second, I sat up.
Here's what Joe and I were talking about last night, late at night, after I came. It's painful to hear this song. After I came back from going out, I went up to Joe's when we were hanging out, and we were thinking about a trip to Costa Rica, just kind of to decompress and recharge our batteries. Are you
I'm in?
You're in? No, I'm talking about we're going to go hiking. We're going to get active.
I'll do that.
We're going to do like cloud forest stuff.
Why do you not
really
think that I'm an active person? I'm very active.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Well, let's do it.
Let's
do it. All right, we're going to plan that trip. Maybe to make you guys feel better, we'll turn it into like a Poker Road
Let's
fan
do like
trip.
one show by remote. Can we do that where we call into the studios or something and do a show from Costa Rica?
That sounds like fun.
Maybe.
That sounds like fun.
That would be fun.
Or we'll just
bring
publish...
the Blog Professionals cameras.
Yes, that I like.
We could totally do that.
That I like. Or we can just like publish the dates that we're going, and all the Poker Road fans who want to come to Costa Rica can come to Costa Rica, and we'll just make it a big party because you guys need to be cheered up. I'm not going to lie. Everybody who wants to cheer Gavin and Joe up, get on the voicemail line because we're coming to the show close. 877-836-ROAD. I think now more than ever, I need to show these guys how much love there is out there, how much understanding, sympathy, and compassion exists in the world for your plight. We know that it's been a rough go at this World Series. We know that you came in with a lot of enthusiasm. We know grind week went down, and we know that it's going to be tough to wake up and do a show every day between now and the end of the main event. But I believe in you both.
Sweet.
I believe in you both.
I guess we should
What kind of gay club is this?
We should talk more about poker next week too, huh? This was like the sad show.
Yeah, but you know what? This was therapeutic. We needed to get it out of your
shows
system.
mean so much. So turn us on.
PR Radio at PokerRoad.com, the email address,
on
as
our
always.
sad
Guys, jump on
show.
PokerRoad.com. Check out the rest of our content.
When all hope is gone.
Despite the fact that Joe and Gavin are putting in all these hours.
Z-Box sad show on.
There is a ton of
Turn us
work that
on.
is being put into the remainder of the content out there, which we know you're enjoying. Smoke Break with Eugene Todd, Life of Ivy, the Madsen Freestyles, which you should go watch some Madsen Freestyle, Joe.
I
That
will.
cheers everyone up.
I will.
No one does not get cheered up. Jump on MySpace, add all of us. We want to hear from you. Jump on Full Tilt, rumble with us. I need someone to come and be a donkey and make me feel better about my horse
I
skills.
recommend highly going and playing Holly at Horse.
That's brutal. Of course, we got Big Poker Sundays coming around the corner. And until then, I think it's going to be us signing off for a couple days. We're gonna let you guys recharge your batteries. We're going to go until Monday morning, 11 a.m.
Everybody enjoy your 4th of July.
Yes, happy 4th of July to everyone in the whole wide world. All right, it's our country's birthday here in the United States, so light a candle. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, that's it. On behalf of Schronk, 5 Pound Baby Jesus, Lane Flack, who's kicking it over here, Siebes, the Caveman, everybody. I want to thank you for listening, and we will see you in a couple of days, Monday morning, same time, same place, for more PokerRoad Radio. See ya!